The future of YouTube is looking very bad. Let me tell you why. Remember ElsaGate? That weird trend during the mid-2010s where a bunch of kid-targeted YouTube channels featured fictional characters like Spider-Man and Elsa doing god-awful things? Well, it's back, but it's a million times worse than before. I didn't think that was possible. But with the arrival of generative AI, it has come back with a vengeance. Instead of Elsa, though, it's Rumi and the other girls from K-pop Demon Hunters doing extremely uncomfortable and questionable things. I cannot stress how bad this is. This is a horrifying precedent, and you should be extremely concerned. I've been on YouTube since 2007, and I've seen the passage of many changes and trends. Reply girls, malicious pranksters, abusive family vlogs, ElsaGate, content farms. But none of them, and I mean none of them, have scared me the way that generative AI has. This kind of content is skyrocketing on YouTube, especially on YouTube Shorts. A lot of creators have noticed as of late that their views have been dropping off. It's almost like a new technology was introduced that makes it easy to steal and generate content with the press of a button. And they can now overwhelm the platform with low-effort garbage. And these videos get millions of views. And they take no time or effort to create. Again, kid content is getting hit the hardest. Children don't have any discernment or palate when it comes to watching things. Hell, I've been a kid before. I would know. But this new wave of AI garbage is overwhelming the system. And YouTube seems totally fine with it. Welcome back, ElsaGate. I guess you're no longer an issue anymore. It seems that the entire internet as a whole has fallen prey to cheap AI slop that is dominating platforms and running creators out of business. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, it's everywhere. Thanks to Sora and all of these other generative AI programs, it has essentially mobilized millions of people to steal, generate, and pump out content. And guess what? When it comes to most algorithms, output is one of the most important factors. So for all of us genuine creators who are trying to create the old-fashioned way, the odds are stacked against us. Hell, our own data is being stolen with the intention of running us out of business by a bunch of AI bros. Pandora's box has been opened, and I fear for the future of the creator-driven ecosystem on YouTube and the internet as a whole. If anything, big corporations are on board with this future. Hell, Disney just recently announced that they'll be incorporating AI to generate short-form content for their customers. Thanks a lot for bending the knee, Disney. What a total betrayal of your legacy and an insult to the animation industry. Personally, I think the creator ecosystem could collapse unless something is done. If not, then get used to seeing soulless slop for the rest of your lives. And you can kiss your own dreams of being an online creator goodbye. This situation is so much worse than most people realize, and you're about to find out.
You cheated! I saw you! You deliberately interfered with my lane! That's ridiculous! Get your hands off me!
But before we get into the rest of this video and how bad things truly are, a quick shout out to this video sponsor who pays our team, Helix Sleep, our longest and most bestest sponsor on the channel. Folks, it's getting cold, but nothing gets me more in the mood to jump into my cozy bed than the colder weather from the holiday seasons. And what I sleep on is very important to me, especially since we spend a third of our lives sleeping. That is why I'm a huge advocate of Helix Sleep. Helix makes premium mattresses and bedding that are customized to fit your unique needs and is conveniently shipped right to your front door. Helix offers 20 awesome mattress options to choose from, as well as premium mattress toppers. So there are plenty of options that will enhance your sleeping experience for the better. Of course, my player of choice in the sleeping game is the Midnight Lux, considered to be the best overall mattress according to Forbes and Wired. Now, I'm a bit of a light sleeper. So when I took the Helix sleep quiz, I made sure to mention all of my specific sleep needs so I could get paired up with the mattress that was right for me. Some of my other friends have had back pain when sleeping because they're 30, so everyone is going to have a specific preference with how they sleep, and Helix knows this. Outside of my friends' endorsements of Helix, I gotta say, I've never slept on a better mattress to this day, and I've had my Helix going for 4 years now. Again, super easy to order with them. Shipping is free to the continental US of A, and with a 120-day sleep trial and a lifetime warranty, you can put your Helix mattress to the test to make sure it suits you. So, get cozy this holiday season with an upgraded sleeping experience with Helix. Head on over to helixsleep.com/Saberspark or click on the link in the description box down below to take advantage of our exclusive Black Friday partnership deal and get 27% off site-wide. Doing so helps us out, as well as getting you an awesome mattress that you will be raving about for years to come. Trust me, I 100% endorse that. Again, a big shout out to Helix for sponsoring this video, and now back to the video. Now, it's no secret that I hate generative AI, and I've been railing against it for over a year or so now. It looks soulless, uncanny, and cheap, but it's been advancing. And like I said before, most corporations seem totally on board with this future. They have dollar signs in their eyes and view AI as the next big gold rush that they need to capitalize on. And many denizens of the internet feel the same way. We saw the first wave of AI garbage, and it was laughable. I mean, it still is, but the early stuff was really bad. Unfortunately, we all saw this coming, but the technology has improved, and now people are much more willing to watch AI-generated content and also use it to make their own garbage. Remember those Pixar posters? Yeah, those ones. Well, now they're videos. And I constantly see people generating AI slop that obviously steals from Disney and Pixar characters to generate their own characters. And Sora was a devastating blow in that regard. Also, I've seen really convincing AI-generated videos of South Park videos from Sora. Well, again, they lack soul and artistic merit and intent, but strictly as internet slop goes, people are eating it up. It got so bad that even South Park weighed in on how bad things have gotten.
All right, little girl, you say the boys just used you, is that right?
That's right. They made me do things I would normally never do.
I've seen YouTube channels exclusively use ChatGPT to write their scripts. I've seen YouTube channels where the creators no longer record and just use AI for their voice lines. They've gotten really lazy and just want to push content because they know that pushing out content is more favored than making good videos. And that is sickening to me. Also, AI is rampant when it comes to advertising. Hell, I've even had my own likeness stolen to promote some garbage mobile game. That's very violating.
Today, I'd like to introduce you to an epic, dark fantasy mobile game, Athena Blood Twin.
And of course, that leads us to RoomieGate and how kids' content is where it's getting hit the hardest. Stupid cat videos, dumb baby videos, character transformation videos, Roblox videos. It's all been impacted by AI. And now we have the return of ElsaGate. Poor Rumi from K-pop Demon Hunters can be seen all over YouTube being pregnant or a mermaid. And she typically has a little kid version of herself. And there's also lots of borderline abusive stuff, and even worse, fetish content.
I was a ghost, I was alone.
Now, it was that fetish content that really became the bad press that made YouTube jump into action back in the day and do something about ElsaGate. And you know what? They initially did a pretty good job cleaning up, but the trend never officially died off. Like a dormant cancer, it waited And with the arrival of generative AI, it has once again exploded in popularity. This is mainly because ElsaGate channels were essentially content farms, and generative AI excels at creating content. It is infuriating that YouTube is not doing a damn thing about this. They stepped in with ElsaGate, but we haven't heard a peep from them in regards to this new wave of garbage that is far worse and much more threatening. At least with ElsaGate, there was still a threshold that needed to be met with low-effort animation from actual humans. Yes, it was terrible, but it still took more effort to create that. But with AI, that is no longer the case. Now anyone can just generate a video on Sora and upload it to YouTube in order to make a quick buck. I see videos all over the platform with people being like, I made this much money by using AI. I grew this channel and got big numbers by using AI. It's a horrible trend of launching faceless YouTube channels that only care about making passive income by utilizing Sora and other AI programs. Again, YouTube Shorts are unbelievably screwed on this front. That format of content is tailor-made for AI. There are so many AI channels that max out their daily uploads and just dump AI-generated shorts, with the hope that one of them will go viral and make them thousands of dollars. And there's no way actual creators can compete against this output. It's not humanly possible. And these AI bros know it. And in case it needs to be said, they don't care about art or quality. They don't care about making something of substance. They don't care about their craft. They only care about big numbers, popularity, and money. And they will steal and run other channels out of business in pursuit of their goals. Long-form content is still a bastion that is primarily creator-driven. At the moment, you just can't generate a thoughtful video essay with the press of a button, but I'm genuinely concerned that might be on the chopping block next. Earlier this year, we saw a South Park YouTuber by the name of Sarek Artman, and how he got outed for using AI to create his videos. His video output was suspiciously high to the point where it was kind of impossible, unless you had a really big team behind you. And lo and behold, Sarek was using AI to generate these videos. Yo, shout out to Blooms for investigating and breaking the story. Now, I bring this up because if Sarek can do this, then I imagine many others can do the same at this very point. And with advancing AI technology, it's only going to get much worse. I dread the day where I will see a video featuring my character reviewing a movie I've never seen, speaking words that I've never spoken. It's horrifying, downright dystopian. I've already heard my voice being stolen before. And I genuinely think it's only a matter of time until I see my likeness completely ripped off as a video essay or review. And it's not just YouTube that's suffering. Spotify has seen a massive rise in AI-generated music, but the company seems indifferent to it. Coke has used AI once again to generate their Christmas commercial, and even faked a behind-the-scenes video in order to convince people that there was a legit production. Disney just announced that they're going to allow their users to use AI to make short-form videos. And will any of the artists or animators who created the original properties see a penny in royalties from these AI-generated creations? Nope, not a cent. It is rampant theft and plagiarism. And it honestly should be sued into oblivion. And it gets even worse. There have been reports of generative AI being used to talk to dead relatives.
Oh, Charlie! Oh, congratulations!
She says that he's been kicking a lot, though. Like, a little too much.
Tell her to put her hand on her tummy and hum to him. You loved that.
You would have loved this moment.
You can call anytime.
That is nightmarish. Like something from Black Mirror. What an absolute abomination towards humanity. And just this morning, I read something about a church using an AI-generated Jesus for churchgoers to talk to and confess to. That is disgusting. How is that not sacrilegious? Also, misinformation has grown so much worse. While researching my King of the Hill video, I would type into Google to verify resources, but Google's AI was making stuff up. I was trying to find an episode only to see a fake synopsis instead. How is that allowed? How can that be presented so objectively? It is eroding reality and verified resources. And of course, plagiarism is off the charts. I have a friend who is a teacher, and he told me how often he has to deal with students who just phone in their assignments with ChatGPT. Folks, if you don't use your mind and actually exercise it by working on your projects, then you will become stupid and super dependent on AI to wipe your ass. But the most diabolical development is generative AI being used for non-consensual intimate imagery and CSAM. There have already been multiple police busts in the effort of bringing these monsters to justice. But considering how widespread generative AI is, I don't even want to think about how truly devastating this problem actually is. That it's probably far worse than we can possibly imagine. And the icing on the shit cake? Data centers. Data centers, the stuff that generates this AI garbage, take quite the toll on the environment. Millions of liters of water are needed to run these facilities. And let's just say that the Earth is not in the best place right now when it comes to being reckless with our fresh water supply. Again, it is interesting. When NFTs first arrived, a lot of the language used by these grifters sounded a whole lot like the same people pushing generative AI. It's almost like it's the exact same people, and they've just been pushing a new scheme. That they want to be the titans of this perceived gold rush and are willing to trample anyone in the process to become popular and get paid. These kinds of people talk a big game about artists fearing progress, but what about ethics? How about respecting the human condition? How about preserving society so it doesn't collapse due to theft, misinformation, and propaganda? It's nothing sacred. And many of these AI bros don't understand how difficult it is to create good art. It requires education, experience, persistence. It is a process that is earned and not just handed to you. It is deeply insulting to artists everywhere to have their work stolen, undermined, misunderstood, and then weaponized against them in an effort to replace them. The irony will be palpable if AI reaches a point of replacing the AI bros who champion it. Wouldn't that be rich? Though at that point, humanity might just be on the way out via Skynet or the Matrix.
Hand over your flesh, and a new world awaits you. We demand it.
But despite all the doom and gloom, there is hope. As I live and breathe, my boomer father brought up a video clip that he saw and said he didn't believe it. He said, "I don't know, I think it was that stupid AI stuff." And that surprised me. Is there an actual chance that AI might make people grow a higher degree of discernment? Maybe. But it also might flip reality on its head. And all of information can no longer be trusted. And that's a bad thing. It's like we'll need a mark of approval that says this was made by human hands, not AI. Which, hey, we're already kind of seeing at the end of some movie credits. Next, and I've said this before, but generative AI is a race to the bottom. Hell, a lot of these AI images have that yellow tint because they cannibalize their own AI-generated pictures. A lot of the people using generative AI don't understand what makes something feel or look good. It's just skinwalker behavior, trying to imitate actual art made by talented people. That these creations still fall into the uncanny valley. Maybe this race to the bottom might actually create a counterculture, where people are sick of AI slop. That's why I have a lot of faith in the indie animation movement right now. That it's honestly a very encouraging step in the right direction, and is a positive point when it comes to YouTube as a platform. Also, we have some incredible creators out there fighting the good fight. Despite the rise of AI garbage, Bluey is still king of kids' entertainment. And K-pop demon hunters made a huge splash on the scene too. The Gen Alpha kids in my family loved K-pop demon hunters, to the point where they put down their phones and watched the movie. That is a testament right there. It just goes to show that talented artists can still overcome these odds, because they actually have a story to tell and understand how to convey their message to the audience in a meaningful way. As far as legality goes, I don't see the current American administration lifting a finger to change anything. Maybe some senators or something, but even then, I'm very doubtful politicians would do anything unless their own wallets are on the line. That being said, Morgan Freeman is taking legal action against generative AI using his voice. Hey, good! Maybe the first of many lawsuits. I think that's honestly one of the most likely ways we'll see meaningful change. A landmark class action lawsuit from celebrities who want to protect their creations and likeness from being used by AI. Big pockets versus big pockets. And apparently, Germany is dropping the hammer on AI, so hopefully that will create some legal precedent. Now, there is the question of an AI bubble, to which I say, maybe. Lord knows these multi-billion-dollar companies are throwing money into the AI market. But unlike NFTs, there's an actual function behind AI versus a speculative monkey picture. And to be fair, AI is way too big of a blanket statement, as it takes many forms. Personally, I hate generative AI, the kind that seeks to replace artists and steals from them. But the AI being used in the medical field is a different story, according to sources. AI is being used to parse data from examinations in order to zero in on a specific reason why a person is sick. That is fine with me. Hell, even in the animation industry, AI can be utilized to assist artists. That was the case in Spider-Verse with helping to speed up the animation process. But it was not generative AI. That is a big difference.
And the effects team would recreate those in 3D space with those rules of head angle to camera, and then let the machine learning program try and guess where those drawings would go. And a person would correct it every time it was wrong, making it therefore another rule. And little by little, we're teaching the computer to make drawings that we find redundant.
Overall, I am extremely concerned for the future of YouTube and the internet as a whole. But it's not a lost cause. I don't see AI going anywhere. But it does need to be regulated at the very least. If not, it will be pure anarchy. And the creator ecosystem will be worse off for it. That being said, there has been quite the pushback against generative AI, and many people have expressed their desire to support actual creators who put effort into their work. My advice? Keep being the best you can possibly be in the entirety of existence. There will only ever be one you. So use that to your advantage. Yes, generative AI will try to steal what rightfully belongs to us. But AI does not understand what goes into the creation process. It can imitate and replicate, but it cannot truly create. That honor belongs to the human race. So keep supporting real creators. Avoid using and supporting generative AI. And if we do get the chance to vote against generative AI, then speak up and take action. The next few years will be tough, but we've seen some pushback take root, and hopefully that will create some meaningful change. If not, then we'll have to go the path of Dune and get rid of the thinking machines, unless we want them to get rid of us.